In the mundane confines of an office, a man named Bob Maconel glares with venomous eyes at his colleagues. He meticulously loads a gun, fueled by a simmering rage against those who constantly belittle him. Bob is the epitome of an office outcast. Clumsy glasses, terrible fashion, and a crippling shyness that isolates him. His only confidant is his pet fish, a silent companion in his solitary world. Beneath his timid exterior, Bob harbors dangerous fantasies, vivid daydreams of retaliating against his tormentors. He's a ticking time bomb, outwardly meek, but inwardly seething. Yet, there's one person who brings a spark of light to Bob's life, Vanessa, a beautiful office worker whose radiant smile brightens his otherwise gloomy days. She is his secret crush, a beacon of hope. His tormentors escalate their bullying, culminating in the destruction of his most prized possession, a hula girl figurine. Heartbroken, Bob retreats into a solitary lunch, lost in his own troubled thoughts. Back at the office, Bob finishes his tasks and heads to his boss's office for approval. Finding it empty, he returns to his desk, but not before retrieving the hidden gun he keeps stashed away. Suddenly, the silence is shattered by gunshots. Another bullied colleague, Coleman, has already opened fire on their co-workers, beating Bob to his own dark intentions. Among the injured is Vanessa. Coleman approaches her, intending to put her out of her misery. In a desperate act, Bob intervenes, shooting Coleman to save the woman he secretly loves. Vanessa is rushed to surgery, while Coleman's terror attack dominates the news. Bob, the quiet outcast, is instantly transformed into a national hero, his name now synonymous with bravery. He's hailed by his colleagues, even earning an unexpected promotion. Bob meets the company chairman, Shelby, and the in-house psychiatrist, Goldie, who are both deeply impressed by his actions. Shelby appoints Bob as the creative planning director, offering him Vanessa's office while she recovers. Bob receives documents for Vanessa and drives to the hospital in the company car. Tragically, the bullet to Vanessa's spine has left her completely paralyzed. Though she thanks Bob for saving her life, her gratitude quickly turns to bitter resentment over her new, helpless existence. Unable to deliver the documents, Bob leaves the hospital, plagued by guilt. That night, drinking with colleagues, one asks a probing question. If he had a gun, why did he wait until the shooting began to use it? Later, in a drunken haze, a female colleague accuses him of sexual harassment. The next morning, Bob wakes up with a blank memory and rushes to work, only to remember Vanessa's documents. He returns to the hospital. Vanessa, her spirit broken, makes a shocking request. She asks Bob to end her life. He grapples with the immense moral dilemma. Despite his promotion, Bob still finds himself doing menial tasks, a stark reminder that his status hasn't truly changed. His colleagues continue to mock him, now about the alleged harassment incident. He decides to fulfill Vanessa's wish. They plan her suicide at a train station, a final meal shared between them. As they talk, they begin to connect on a deeper level. Vanessa reveals her past. She was a knockout who gave the best goddamn jobs to climb the corporate ladder. Their bond strengthens, and they extend their evening to a pub. Bob, emboldened, sings karaoke. But the moment is ruined as people stare and whisper about Vanessa, humiliating her. Distraught, she rushes to the train station to carry out their plan. As a train approaches, Vanessa bids Bob a final farewell. But in a miraculous moment, her finger twitches. Bob rushes her back to the hospital, where doctors confirm a glimmer of hope for her recovery. Vanessa, once resigned to death, finds renewed hope through Bob, and Bob in turn begins to transform, embracing a life he never thought possible. Their relationship deepens, a testament to their shared journey. Bob feels validated, accepted by his colleagues, and cherished by Vanessa. It feels like a dream come true. One day, Vanessa wants to revisit the scene of the shooting at the office. There, she sees Bob reenacting Coleman's actions, and a chilling fear grips her. Chairman Shelby then appears, and Vanessa's discomfort is palpable, hinting at a hidden connection between them. That night, Bob, sensing a relationship between Shelby and Vanessa, becomes sarcastic. Vanessa tries to reassure him of her feelings, but Bob's deep-seated insecurity prevents him from believing her. The next day, psychiatrist Goldie waits in Bob's office. She cautiously presents him with papers he himself had written, suggesting a new conspiracy similar to Coleman's. Bob feigns ignorance. Shelby summons Bob, ordering him to buy a gift for Vanessa. Bob, his pride wounded, refuses. Shelby then cruelly explains that Vanessa only needs Bob because of her current helplessness. He warns Bob that if Vanessa recovers, she'll no longer choose a man like him. Enraged, Bob leaves the office and spots Henry, the building manager. Compelled, Bob follows Henry, discovering his broken hula girl figurine in Henry's workshop. Bob confronts him, believing Henry is the next Coleman, a new threat. But Henry corrects him, revealing a chilling truth. He knew something was going to happen the day Coleman went off, which is why he brought his gun. He tells Bob, "This man is very dangerous. You need to do something. You need to get him some help." Bob's reality shatters as he realizes Henry is talking about. Driven by a desperate need for validation, he confronts Vanessa, accusing her of abandoning him if she recovers. Vanessa tries to soothe him, but her inability to say "I love you" confirms Bob's deepest fears. He leaves, his mind racing. Back home, he finally examines the documents Shelby wanted him to deliver. They contain intimate photos of Shelby and Vanessa, contradicting her denials and revealing their affectionate relationship. The truth hits Bob with crushing force. The next morning, Bob arrives at an eerily familiar office. The scene is exactly as it was on the day of the shooting. He looks down at the floor and, in a gut-wrenching moment, sees himself holding the gun, not Coleman. Every triumph, every connection, every moment of heroism was a carefully constructed delusion. A fantasy Bob created to escape his pathetic reality. The movie A Quiet Man concludes with Bob's final, poignant monologue, as he finally awakens to the stark truth.